off our track, but we'll always make it back. We may be off our track, but we'll always make it back. We can be feeling rough or caught up in some worldly stuff. We will always make it back, even if we're off our track. You see, we can never be really off our track, because we're always connected. It's just that sometimes we don't feel that we are, because there's gradients of connection. You know, when you get that just flash of something, or just alignment just hits you, or you see a sunrise, or you just, something happens, you just go, oh, and you're just connected, or just so connected. But there's other times when you're not as connected, or you don't feel as connected, but you're still connected. And even the times when we're really right off his track, just right off, you know, we're still connected, because we can't not be connected, because we are all that there is. Everything is one, you know. So connection. But we can be feeling rough, caught up in a whole load of worldly stuff, but we can always make it back, even if we're off our track. It just takes a breath, just takes a thought, just takes thinking about something that you love, something that you're excited about doing, something that brings you clarity, someone you love, something to look forward to, something you adore. It's good to think about the things you love. I mean, why use your mind to think of things that you don't like? Because you think of things you don't like, you feel the dislike, you feel the discord of that. Throws you off. You're not really off. You feel off because you're feeling the discord. You're feeling the feeling of something that you don't like, or something that you don't want to do. And that's a good thing, because it lets you know that you don't like it. It lets you know that deep down you don't want to do it. Now, the trouble that a lot of us come up with is that we push ahead with it. Even though we don't really feel like doing it, we don't really want to do it, we don't look forward to it, we don't like it, we don't love it, we still push ahead with it, and then expect it to be okay, when really you've gone against your indicators. But if you just turn it around and think about the things that you love, then you feel good. And when you feel good, it may not happen with the first thing that you think about that you love. It might just be a little shift, and then you think about something else that you love, and then you just do another one. And gradually, it's like a wheel turning one way, and then you want it to turn the other way by thinking about the things that you love. And it's like a gradual thing. The more you do it, it eases that wheel. It's like got to stop first, hasn't it? And it pulls it back the other way. And it, depending on how much the momentum is going, if it's going 100 miles an hour, it's going to take a little bit longer. You know, it depends on how soon you catch it. But if you catch it just as it's turning, it's easy. But it's still not difficult. It just takes a little bit longer. So you just need more of an arsenal of things to think about that makes you feel good. But as soon as you get into the habit of it, thinking that way, and you've turned yourself in the direction, or even before it becomes a habit, you know, once you've turned yourself into the momentum of the good feeling side, you know, you've got that wheel turning the other way, and now you're really feeling good, and you know, you're feeling better and more connected. When you're comfortable in that feeling space, you're in a good feeling space, then introduce it again. think about the thing that threw you off before, the thing that was throwing you off before, and then see how it feels from that perspective, and then you can really get to judge whether it is something that you feel is going to do you harm, because if every time you introduce it, it throws you off on the other tangent, to the spiral, or gets that wheel turning in the negative direction, or in the bad feeling place direction, then you really want to find another way around it, and you can either do it, if you've got to do it, you can find some positive aspects of it, try and turn it around that way. But if you can't do it, I mean, you might have to do it, or you might feel that you've got to do it, because whenever you make the intention to change the way things work, it takes a while. You know, you've got a reality going off, which has been created by past events and past feelings and stuff. You might have to just carry on a little bit with that while the other stuff starts to take over. Depends if you can just say, that's it, not doing it, I'm going to shift it. Or you might just have to carry on a little bit, but take your attention off it and make it a gradual thing. Depends on how you want to do it, because sometimes if you just stop and say, that's it, I'm not doing that job no more, I'm not doing this no more, you can end up with a bunch of resistance. Depends on the situation. If it's money's a big one, isn't it? You've still got to earn money, you've still got to get money coming in, but if you want to change the way you live, and you want to start bringing in money from doing the things that you love, well, you may have to find another job. You may have to start a business of your own. But if you were to just stop what you was doing entirely and have no money coming in and be really bored for a while, that could put resistance on the new stuff coming in. Anyway, you can go on and go on and go on all day, because it never ends. There's always something. We may be off our track, but we'll always make it back. We may be off our track, but we'll always make it back. We can't be feeling rough or caught up in some worldly stuff. We will always make it back, even if we're off our track. Just takes a breath, an intention, an awareness that you're not where you want to be, or you're caught up or sucked up. Just breathe and let it all go. Let it all go. Call yourself back to the moment, because the moment's where it's at.